right then. So even though it looks really tempting to go out on the lake and do some fishing, I'm not seeing anything for surface activity, so I'm not going to go. And I've started another little mini project here. So what I'm trying to do now is get power into the root cellar next door. I'm at the back door here, and right now this light switch assembly I'm using as a tap source to get power into the room next door. So I've drilled a hole through the back of the electrical box, and now I'm going to go around the other way, and I'm going to open up that hole so I can fish a wire from this box, which has light switches in it, which means one of those wires in this box will be constantly hot, constant live, and I'll tap into that, and then I will run the wire out the back of the box into the root cellar next door, and then I'll have a feed source and I can run electrical outlets back there. So I've got a long drill bit that I punched through the back there, and there's a little knockout plug sitting in the back of that box. So what I have to do, I don't want to get in that box too aggressively or too violently, because there are live wires in there. Yeah, I'm not going to get in there with a hammer and pry bars and stuff to try to put that hole in there. So that knockout plug comes out of there, but I'm going to go at it from the back side and punch it into the house. So this means I go into the root cellar. Right here, the dark and gloomy spider hole, basically. And prop you up here. And I should have a freshly drilled hole right here. Something happened. Alright, I can see daylight into the other room. So now I'll go over there, see what happened. But I'll knock that plug out from this way, and then I'll be able to fish a wire through there. But the drill bit got caught. Oh, the plug's out. Yeah, don't know where it went. It's not laying in there. So now I can get a wire through there, I believe, and into that other room. So we will clean all that. There appears to be insulation in this wall. Yeah. Heck yeah. See, I can put my whole pliers through there. So now I can get a wire through there and into the next room. So what I'm going to do first is, since I'm a frugal bastard, I'm going to use extra spare wire cutoffs that I have, and I'm going to come through the wall, and then I'm going to tap in to this box, and I'm going to put a box over there. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to wire in a switch, and That way, when I go into that room, I flip the switch on, which will be right there by the door. Not only will the lights come on, but then all the power to the outlets will come on. I'm thinking I'm going to do that. Or I could just leave it constant hot, and each light fixture has a switch on it. I don't know yet. But either way, there'll be power in that spider hole next door. Yep. So we'll get all these wires prepped, and I'm going to swap out all of these wire nuts with Wago connectors. Better connection and takes up less room in the box. So I feed this through into the room next door, like so. I'm not going to make any connections right now, but one of these connections on this switch is constantly hot, as is one of the connections on this switch. So this black feed wire coming in here is going to be constantly hot. Yeah. So that's how we're going to do this. But now we can go into the other room, and I bought some boxes and some outlets and things like that, and we'll lay out what we got here. Let's see. Got receptacles. I don't think I bought a switch because I actually didn't think of this idea for a outlet or a switch up until recently. But I do have plenty of outlets, so it might be a situation where it's constantly hot, and then I just turn the switch on the light fixture. Yeah. So, all right. So that's what we're doing here. I'm going to work on that, and then I'll show you when it's all done.